All right, and then we have another post where somebody is saying that I believe some people hate their specialty because the life is built on it. I became a physician because I love the idea of being a physician. When I started residency, worried that I don't know. I don't like the residency slash specialty. I was making one scenario of destruction after another, anesthesiology. But then I realized the following: when I got home, I had somebody to love me. But like the whole post was about like, hey, how some people make the job like their main thing, like their main personality, and they pretty much like get mad all the time, almost all the time. Well, did I actually met somebody whose job was his main personality? I've actually never met anybody like this. Crazy, right? And I've met like, a couple surgeons, but I like none of them were actually like, hey, you know what, my life, and nothing else. Not my life, my work, or my career, and nothing else. But I guess it's probably like when I've met them, because like the surgeons that I met, they were all really old, but like not old, like hey, grandpa type, but respectfully. But I'll say like old, like end of the career, or probably like close to the end. Probably they still have like five, maybe 7 years left before they retired. And they were like all sweet people, generally like sweet people, male and female. Like they really like what they're doing for a living. They can't talk about it like all day, but still, they had children and they were pretty happy to talk about the children as well. Because I had like this guy that I shadow and I also scribe for. He was a general surgeon and mostly like do breast stuff. And this guy was always talking about this kid, which was pretty wholesome to be honest. Cause hey, oh my god, it's so obsessed by this kid, and it was pretty beautiful to see. And I also had like this other guy that I was shadowing and scribing for as well. I only had one son, and this guy can talk about his son like for the whole day. And but I've been like, oh yeah, I just can't wait to meet him, just because it was that passionate to talk about his sons. Like the thing that I'm trying to say is, yes, like those people, they really had like a competitive, I'll say career profession. But even though this is their career and their professions, they really love it, they can talk about it all day. They still had other stuff that I generally wanted to talk about, like the families and also stuff that they were doing as well. Because I know a couple of them hobbies, like hey, one of them really like playing tennis, and the other one, what was his hobby, swimming. And I can go on and on and on and on if I do remember. But yeah, and I think the problem is when some people they go into medicine without maturing. And the thing that I mean by maturing is discovering themselves beforehand, and they just like get sucked in this whole like um medicine what? Let me think about it. Not medicine persona. I'll say this whole medicine bubble, and they get sucked in really young, and then the only thing that they do is like studying and get more ranking. But like the whole thing about medicine, to be honest, is like there's always something that you can do. There's like always next stage, or there's like always a next title that you can pursue and you can chase. Like imagine that you being a doctor pretty young and still being stuck in this mindset and not knowing anything. I think it's a recipe to actually become like this, really can I say self-obsessed, if it's even a thing, about your job and about what you do, and you only talk about it and then you can't see anything out of it, which is a recipe for disaster when it comes to life. Because hey, if you really want a family, how is that even gonna work? But hey, you don't really know. You don't really know. You might actually have somebody else waiting for you outside of medicine or in medicine who likes who you are as a person, even though it's like work all the time, and actually deal with you or tolerate you like this. But I'll say for the most part, most people won't tolerate you like this because hey, you know, even if it's I'll say your hobby, or they're still gonna be like, hey, it's a job. You better see it as a job, even if it's gonna make you make a lot of money. But yeah, the thing that I really wanted to say is also like try to have a life outside of medicine, like just things that you're genuinely interested into, and follow to them or follow up on them. Like if you really want like write, you keep writing. If you like drawing, keep drawing, and don't like stop doing those things because of medicine. Because of, hey, there's always something you have to learn. There's always something that you can do, which is true. But hey, at the end of the day, the world was still spinning with you, not knowing this specific thing or this specific page of the book. Tomorrow it's still gonna spin whether or not you know it. So might as well just, hey, take the day off and do things that you really like. Just kidding, but still, do things that you like, and don't become self-observed or self-obsessed about medicine, where you can only talk about medicine and nothing else, which is pretty effed up. But hey, it is what it is. And do you better, but do you well. There you go. That's what I really want to say. And I'm gonna close this now.